What's up? So over the years, I've been asked, to kind of discuss and give an idea of what some of the Take Six albums have been like, certain songs and what was our thought process for this album and this song and this time period and stuff. And while I think those are very cool questions and things that our fans really want to know and probably deserve to know to a certain extent, I think it'd be cooler for the group to address those things so you can get various viewpoints and perspectives and everything. But what I decided to do, I think, is even cooler. I decided that I will give my viewpoints and my thought processes on some of my lead vocals from back in the day, which means that I've had to go back and listen to these things and try to get back into the headspace and give you guys an idea of what was I thinking, what was my musicality, what was going through my head and my voice and my body and all that kind of good stuff. So I came up with this snazzy title. It's called, you ready? Are you ready? Follow My Lead. What? Come on, that's cool, right? So what I decided to do is I'm gonna start out with a song from our very first album. It came out in 1988. And the song is Milky White Way. So let's see, Milky White Way is a song that, yes, I do sing the lead on, but it's a song that most people don't know. Mark and I arranged, but it was a song that the McKnight Brothers sang for quite some time. Pretty much the same arrangement that Take Six does. Mark, did his thing to it and we added a few parts to it and everything. But it was a McKnight Brothers arrangement pretty much, even though it's a pretty standard quartet arrangement from back in the day. But back when the McKnight Brothers did it, and when I say McKnight Brothers, that's Claude, Fred, Michael, and Brian. And because Brian was so much younger, he sang the top part, which is the part that I sing lead on the Take Six album. And at that time, I sang bass. Yes, I sang bass on the McKnight Brothers Milky White Way rendition. So we used to sing this in church down in Orlando, Florida. And when we do the tent meetings and stuff, when we go on the road and stuff, that was one of our highlights. We would do that song. And I remember when we got to Oakwood, that was an arrangement that Alliance at the time did. And I was singing the lead vocal because, I sang the first tenor at that time. And I remember one of the very first times doing this arrangement in Moran Hall, and I was nervous, I tell you what. But afterwards, all these people came up to me to tell me how much they liked my first tenor voice. And that gave me that lift to say, you know what? I think I can really do this. And so that became one of our signatures, actually one of my signature leads from the very beginning. And we had been doing this song for a long time before we actually recorded it. So by the time we got in the studio to do it, I was ready. And so when I listened to that song, again, or these days, first of all, I hear how young I was. Because at the time, when we were recording, I think I was 25 years old. And even though I'm not a natural first tenor, my range was higher than it is now. And I was skying. It was so easy to do some of that stuff. And so I listened back, and it's almost like I don't recognize that guy. But I'm also the guy who used to sing bass on it a long, long time ago. So that's kind of the backstory of Milky White Way. I'm gonna do a series of these, and they're all gonna be called Follow My Lead. So yeah, this was Milky White Way, 1988 release, the original debut album from Take Six.